Well, in the last 2 minutes, the mayor's office, I asked them, look, are we going to get another update? They're saying we really don't know at this point if we will have enough information to do another one of those briefings that we saw earlier. But, I did meet Lara here. She works in Logan Circle. She actually works just right where this happened. And she was came to the area to assess the scene. I mean, Lara, you were asking, first of all, just of the condition of those guardsmen who have been injured, and, share kind of just how you're taking all of this in right now.
Well, first of all, it's a complete tragedy. I work at 17th and Pennsylvania, which is right here, and then I live in Logan, so I have a lot of exposure to the National Guard because I'm in the area that they've been working in, and I found them to actually be really, really helpful. They have really helped the neighborhood. They've been incredibly restrained. I've seen them help homeless people and get them to shelters. So I just want people to know that no matter how you feel about the deployment and the orders, that they are boots on the ground, and they've been extremely kind, and they're actually really providing a service here and doing good. And for it to happen so close to the White House, where the Secret Service is, and this is a really considered safe space generally, is actually quite concerning.
Yeah, and so you just described a little bit of what you've been seeing. Tell me more, because we have very limited information about what the actual guardsmen were doing when this all happened. Kind of what have you seen? How they've been assisting? Have you seen them outside of the metro area?
I've seen them outside of the metro area quite a bit, talking to homeless people, and when a homeless person says, I don't want to go to a shelter, they leave, and they send in what's called a crisis interventionist who talks to them. So there's some facilitation going on among the homeless people, which actually I like, and that makes me happy. But I've also seen just that crime is down in terms of just harassment. You can walk around and breathe again. And the streets are cleaner, and I want people to know that in the last year and a half, I would say crime has changed in DC down here. My friends in Kalorama and Chevy Chase, it's not like it used to be. They are more gang oriented, for lack of a better term. They're teenagers. They're coming in SUVs. They're getting out of SUVs. They're running around. It's very unpredictable. It's completely unpredictable, and I would say all of that has stopped. It has completely stopped.
I will say that Lara initially, came to us and was chatting because she was concerned about whether the safety, because she works, down the street, was wondering kind of how this would all play out. We've said time and time again, this is a targeted incident, but to hear, Lara, this is targeted against this guardsman. I mean, just kind of your thoughts with that.
Yeah. So that again, that is a tragedy. It is. I am glad that it's not just random shootings running around because that seems to have ceased. And obviously, I look forward to hearing more, and I hope that these men survive. And I'm saying a prayer.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thank
you
you so much. Yeah. So we're hearing from people directly impacted, just wanting to know more, like so many of us. And I will say I've been reaching out to different council members just to kind of get a gauge. Maybe perhaps they have a little bit more insight into what's going on. And I do want to say that Councilmember Brooke Pinto, who actually represents this area where the shooting took place, she's also the chair for the Committee on the Judiciary and Public Safety. Her press team did send me a statement saying today's shooting near the White House is devastating and unacceptable. As the council member representing this area and the chair of the Committee on the Judiciary and Public Safety, I am deeply disturbed and saddened that there was a shooting injuring 2 National Guard troops. There are public servants, and they should not be harmed while doing their jobs. We must be more proactive as a country to get firearms off our streets. I'm actively working to get to the bottom of what happened. And I think that's really what we want to know, really how this all happened and how quickly we know that it was a targeted incident, as we heard from Lara here. And that's why I dragged her in, because she was just kind of concerned of, yes, we hear someone is in custody, but what does that mean just for the overall safety of members of the National Guard and for the overall DC community? Are we going to be able to, walk around in this area? And that's why I was kind of reassuring based on the information that we received from DC officials, that they're calling this a targeted attack. Again, No word yet from the mayor's office whether there will be another update, if they will have enough information to give us more details. And I think that brings a little bit more clarity, right? I think oftentimes people are wondering, well, what's going on? You know, we've heard a lot of information and just kind of just pop up, and then all of a sudden we don't hear anything. Right now, they're really trying to determine, based on what they're telling me, what other relevant information they should let the public know about. And they're really trying to, again, piece together this incident, because as we heard, the details from witnesses about hearing screaming apparently does not reflect what officials told us when they were saying it was just an ambush attack, just a person turning a corner and shooting at these soldiers, and what they're calling a targeted attack. So I think right now they're being very careful with what is going out, what information is going out. And unfortunately, the sad part is, again, as people are walking by, everyone is still under the impression that the members of the National Guard were, passed away based on that information that was given by the governor of West Virginia. But we are hearing from officials, DC officials, federal officials, that they are in critical condition. We want to emphasize that again, because it's been, I think, the ongoing question that we've heard tonight here in downtown DC. I'll throw it back to you in the studio.